there's a lot of like the duality in life, where it's like uh, a movement is expressed in like waves, and so like with everything always moving, it's like as long as you're moving and things are happening, like you're doing good. As soon as you're like stagnant, like you're like that's what happens when you die, right? This is the line. So like this up
100%.
and down always is, I think that's just like the way that is life. Like it's expressed in a wave, and then the waves are like that. So it's like as long as you have so many things going on, I feel like you're never gonna really figure it out to a point where it's like everything is aligned and balanced, because then everything would be straight and everything would be just dead. So as long as there's ups and downs, then it's alive. You're living, and it's just the way it's supposed to be. And then you find balance within that, where it's like sometimes you're down here and you're like feeling sad, but that's okay. Sometimes you're on the way up, and that's all right. But like just finding and being grateful for the fact that you're alive and moving, I think is like what I'm learning and trying to embody in how I'm doing life.
Welcome back to our humble podcast. It's been a minute since we've had an episode, and I'm excited to be back here in the studio hanging out with you guys. Looking forward to this interview. It's a little different than anything we've done on the show so far, but I think it's pretty timely and pretty cool. I'm GT, your host, and this is my amazing co-host, Christina. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Did you miss that question?
No.
Not at all. It's not like I never ask it.
Fine.
Nice. Yeah, so it's been a while since we've had a podcast episode. How are you feeling about this season?
It's been a minute since we've been in it. The studio.
Bars. Yeah.
Dropping them.
You try to rhyme that?
No.
just float. That's how it happens. Yeah, I'm rocking the Good Vibes. This is an original shirt. Our guests today are actually going to be our features for our very next Good Vibes. So I'm excited for this. I was introduced to you guys as Anderson Pride, but now we're promoting a new band. Why don't you guys tell us what it is?
Yeah, so like Anderson Pride is kind of our whole family band, but then when it's just myself, Oak, and my dad, we're like Lion Vibes.
Yeah. Lion Vibes.
Yeah.
I like it.
We like lions.
Yeah.
You're rocking the Lion shirt today.
Yeah.
What's the significance of Lions for you guys?
Me and my dad are Leos, and I don't know, like family, lion pride.
Yeah. I think I don't know, I'm not a Leo, but but I do like cats. I actually have 3 cats, but I don't know, I think for me it's like a symbol of like kind of power, but also responsibility, and just kind of like family, a teamwork, a unit. Yeah.
Because Lions roll in prides,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what I've always made that connection, is the pride and the Anderson Pride. And when your dad came on the podcast, he gave me, I should have wore it today. He gave me beads with lion metal on it.
Yeah,
It was
that's
super cool. I love that guy. I love your dad, but I also love the necklace. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Oh yeah, my name is Robert. My last name is Anderson.
No.
Yeah, and I don't know, I'm married. So that's what's up. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it for now.
My name is Oak, or Oakland Anderson, and I'm not married because I'm 14.
Yeah.
Soon to be 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, soon to be 15, and his brother.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
You have another brother named Leo.
Yeah. Leo.
Oh yeah,
Leo's-
Leo.
Yeah.
Little guy.
Keeping the lion trend going.
Nice. I love it. So you guys will be playing later on. What are you playing? What's the song?
There's Best Me and there's Future,
Yeah.
and like it's not lo-fi, but it's not like it's like its own thing.
Yeah, it's
You
kind of
can-
like I don't know. We like to describe it as like stuff you'd listen to in your car on a drive, kind of thing, just like driving music, I guess. But it's like similar to lo-fi.
I could describe it as like space music. Reminds me of like
Yeah.
space a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
I did sneak into the studio when they were going. And when it started, I didn't know what to expect. And then when it started, I still didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I was like feeling it, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, like it's like, I don't know, it's a little bit of not everything, but it's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's good vibey music.
Yeah, there you go.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Robert, you're the drummer.
Yeah.
How long have you played drums?
Like, I don't know, since we started the band.
Yeah,
I don't know,
like
like
5 years.
Nah. Has it been that
I
long?
think it's been that long because I was in like elementary when we started.
It's 5
Oh,
years.
yeah.
I mean, like I'm a sophomore now, so
Wow.
it's been a minute.
What's
yeah.
crazy is it feels like, to me, it's been longer than that because I've known you guys before you had the band.
Yeah.
You've known me since I was like 0, I think.
Yeah.
It's just about, it's just a little
You
guy
said 0.
before you were so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always been this cool. Even
Yeah.
You know
Day
him
one.
since he was Oakland.
Yeah.
Since he was Oakland, right?
Yeah, I think, I've been playing, I guess, for 5 years. Not like well or anything, though. Just kind of like you here and there. But then, you just kind of like, I guess, pick it up like anything else. The next thing, and you're like, oh, this is pretty decent now. But he's been practicing a lot longer, and like with teachers and everything else, so much more dedicated to practice.
You started for the band?
Yeah, that was it. It was just like, we want to make music, and we need people to play instruments. And I was like, well, drums sound cool. And I grew up rapping, so I've been rapping since I was like 7 or 5, doing like shows.
You didn't know that?
No?
Yeah, I think my
Why?
first-
Because I went like this?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, my first show, I think I was like 5 or something.
You were
Five.
rapping at 5?
Yeah, memorized.
Dad
stuff.
starts us off with stuff at like 4. Like started violin, I was 4.
Yeah.
Leo started drumming and he was like 3. Like yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to start young.
Oh yeah, it's like it. Yeah, it was a big a big reason of why I am the way that I am is most likely because of those experiences. But it was cool. So I did shows and got to do that for a while. So but I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to play an instrument. I kind of wanted to play guitar, but he had that. So I was like, yeah, I'll do the drums. I like loud things and keeping I tap on my fingers all the time. So I was like, yeah, I'll do the drums.
So,
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
So for this whole good vibes thing, I feel like maybe there could be more than just a band.
What do you mean?
I think she's saying
She means you should rap.
Oh, I don't have anything.
We're gonna do me versus me, right? So
Well, at some point, I don't memorize. I don't have memorized anything anymore.
Just freestyle.
yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm
think
terrible at freestyle. I'm not good at that.
Me
Not
too.
at all. Yeah, no.
my dad may be able to freestyle.
Dad's really good at that. Most of the time, like I've never written anything. He would write it, and then he would talk about it, and then we would go back and kind of work on it together a little bit, add the lyrics so they made sense to me in different times of my life, and so I had kind of an expression in it. But my biggest thing was just performance. I guess that aspect of it. Like I had good stage presence, and that took a long time to kind of build that up. So at this point, you can hand me pretty much anything, and I can get a good vibe of it, figure out how I want to flow with it, and then the performing part and the stage presence is kind of, I guess, where I excel and have a somewhat unique look, so it kind of fits. But
I saw a video from a youth event that you were rapping at, and you had the crowd, like, they were into it, man. That was
oh
great.
yeah, that was like the
I wasn't here yet, but I knew.
that was there was
You seen the video?
church and stuff. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I wrote with a church group, like a youth group that they would go around and rap at different churches and stuff a little bit.
What?
That was fun.
What happened to this group?
All in life,
We just like grew up.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
think they're all much older now and got kids and
We
They're
saw some of
married
them
and-
recently at the store.
yeah.
I mean, you got some time, a little bit of time. Just think about it. Just putting it out there.
Oh, very good.
Just like
what
2
happens
weeks?
once it's out in the universe? It's,
Yeah.
it's what happens.
I got another question for you, and then we can talk to Oak, because I know Oak has some dope stuff to talk about. But my experience was kind of the opposite of yours. I started with the instrument and then started rapping. Well, I guess you said you started with the instrument since you were young, like 5.
No, I started rapping first. And
Rapping first,
the
okay.
instruments came much later. But.
What made you make the switch? Like, do you still rap? Yes, no?
I mean, yeah, if like, there's a show or something, it's like, hey, we need a spot to fill, then like a day before I'll memorize something and then
Oh, bro, you got 2 weeks.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
There's
really?
plenty of
Dang.
time.
Oh, yeah.
For good vibes.
oh
Plenty
yeah,
of time.
I could do that. That's fine. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be dope. Yeah, I have enough songs to
Oh, yeah.
put out like a couple
Oh, yeah.
CDs, but
Sure.
yeah, so yeah, I would do the song. That'd be fine.
All right, I lied. I got one more question for you.
Okay.
When are we gonna collab?
Whenever. I mean, I work constantly, but I mean, I'm free after 5 most days, and
Yeah,
yeah,
it's usually a little later for me, but we should hang out
yeah,
and we work on some stuff.
that'd be dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oak, Oak, the man, the myth, the legend. Man, so many cool things are happening in your life right now,
Yeah, do a lot of things.
right?
Yeah.
What's the most recent, like, really cool experience that you've had?
Recently, I think it was Saturday. I did Juneteenth Fest, I think it is. I think it's called.
It was a Joy Fest, right?
Yeah, Joy Fest, yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. I played some songs.
Did you do it solo or were you
Yeah, I
with the
did it
band?
solo. I do more stuff solo than I do with a band, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you've won an award. Was that last summer?
That was last summer, I think. I think that was 2 summers ago.
Was it that long ago?
Because I think I was in 8th grade, so yeah.
Okay. What was that about?
That was for a play, which I only did because I got to play the guitar in the play. I actually hate acting, but it was worth it because I got to play the guitar on stage and for giant crowds each single night. So that was really fun.
Is it like
How many nights?
School of Rock.
Yeah, that's
School of Rock.
Yeah. How many nights? Oh.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, something like that. It went by fast. went
It
for a
did.
while.
It did run for a while. I wish we would have been able to make one of those, but obviously a great experience.
Oh yeah,
Sounds
great
like.
experience.
And then you guys got to play at the Gene Leahy Landing.
Yes, with a different band. I'm part of
Okay.
called Rock Lab at the Conservatory of Music. I'm still a part of that. We're gonna actually do a Battle of the Bands again at the same place next week.
That was Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
That you guys. Oh, and everything's just running together for me. I can't keep up with it.
And there was something else I did with a different band, I think 2 years ago, also there. So
Yeah, and you played the violin for them out there too.
yeah,
That was
I
amazing.
still play it.
Yeah.
Once every few weeks I play it. Not by choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christina used to play violin.
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
For a while. Yeah.
For
I started in 2nd grade, and then I played through high school. By high school, that was kind of it was just an elective that, there wasn't anything else I wanted to do.
So, what does music mean to you?
It's like a pastime and it's a good source of money at this age, honestly.
That's crazy.
Getting 200, 300 once every month is pretty nice, to be honest. Yeah.
It's not bad at all, man.
14.
14.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have
Paid
to be out
gig,
there
paid
mowing
music.
those yards or anything.
Actually, I still do that.
Oh.
$20 every week, so it's still not bad.
So I'm just racking it up.
You gotta get that paper though.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I made money doing the shows I did, I probably would have.
I'm
kept
surprised
it.
you didn't.
It just wasn't my path.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. For me, the music, and this is something that I kind of wrestle with, just being a dad and family guy. We have bills to pay and have a family to provide for, but I also feel called to do the music, and I want to do it the best I can on the platforms that I can, but it also takes time, right? It's something that recently we've had some opportunities to play free shows, but I've also had some shows to get paid for, and it's a good feeling to get paid for the things that you put so much effort into. But there's also that balance of I know you guys believe in God, that it's a ministry also, right? So when you're playing your instrument, when you're performing, it's also ministering to the people who are there. How do you balance that though? Is the hard part, right?
I think I don't know. I've also been thinking about stuff like that too. What does that even look like? But I think it's I think as long as your heart's in the right place, as far as doing both, right? You do the free shows, you do the ones that are paid, and then I think it's also about, are you helping people? If it's hey, I don't know this group, they came out of nowhere, they're offering me money, but there's literally the only reason I'm doing it is money. But then someone else is like, hey, I'm doing this for our youth group, and it's gonna reach this many people. And there's a lot more like, I don't know, ministry about that.
Yeah.
Then maybe those are the ones you pick in those times, but at the same time, like, you got bills too. So it's like, I guess it's just, I think as long as you're doing both and your heart is in the right spot, as in like, I'm not only in it for money, but I do want to get paid sometimes, then I think that, at the end of the day, you'll be all right.
I still enjoy doing free shows and doing like stuff like, I think we're gonna do an event at a retirement home soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Like,
Also,
I
the
like
free
doing
shows
stuff
are-
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the free shows are less stress too, because you're like,
Right.
we just vibing, like, there's literally nothing on the line right now.
For
right?
real.
You're getting
So-
what you paid for.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like, hey, we just, we're chilling, but so then there's that too,
At the same time though, like, I'm a teenager, of course, I want to get paid.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm glad I'm not like at McDonald's behind hot like fryers and bagging stuff at Baker's. I'd rather play guitar on stage and make more than they make in like a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good.
That's
yeah.
a good point.
Your boy was the McDonald's dude for a minute, but that was dope. I learned a lot. It was a lot of fun.
I mean
Yeah.
that
No shade
Like
to
a
the
rage to
McDonald's or
Yeah, yeah.
No, not at all.
yeah. You guys, we need you guys.
Yeah.
No,
Need somewhere
more
to
than
eat.
ever.
After
It's crazy, man. I've applied at Walmart and at McDonald's, and neither one would hire me.
Dang.
Wow.
I know, right?
I thought they just take anyone.
I thought that was.
Granted, this was like over 10 years ago,
Mm.
so maybe they had higher standards then.
Probably.
Yeah, that was before COVID. So.
They'd probably
Never-
take me now.
I've never worked in fast food.
I really don't
Just
want
the
to.
idea of it stresses me out. People are so mean.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it.
That's when you spit in their food.
No, that's disgusting. That
Some
is-
extra in the
You
sandwich.
want
Right.
a jerk?
Right.
People
It's
do
a
that kind
special
of stuff.
sauce.
too.
There was a movie. I can't remember what it was called though. It was about like a fast food restaurant, and they like it was a nasty movie.
Good burger?
No,
Oh,
I can't think of the guy who was in it, but yeah, they used to. It's not for this show. It was the stuff that they would do to some of these people's food. I'm like,
I think you're
oh.
probably thinking about waiting.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
what's
So you
that?
gotta be nice to people who's
Waiting.
food.
Yeah.
like that.
Is
yeah.
the name of the...
I think so.
Something like that. But yeah, I worked in the industry. I've been a chef, but all that stuff. So like, every kitchen I've been in, no one does that. But we talk about it and we joke about it, but no one actually does it. At least all the places I've ever worked. And I've worked at a lot of places.
He's like one of the best cooks I know. I think the best cook I know because
Oh,
makes like the best food
I
ever.
appreciate it.
What's your
remember you used to
specialty?
work at a tea spot too.
Yeah, ramen is what I do make the best. I was a ramen chef for like 2.5, almost 3 years, something like that.
And as soon as he left the ramen spot, I didn't like it anymore.
I
Yeah,
like ramen.
you try.
I like ramen.
it's my jam. Like, yeah, it was it. I don't know. I really like the process and like just there's something for me. It's just like a magical about making it, and I just like really love doing it. But I had my buddy that I worked with. We would do that for a long time. It was a lot of fun, a lot of crazy times. But yeah, making your own broth. We didn't make our own noodles, but that is something I might get into one day. But
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah,
As a kid who grew up with like the 22-cent
The little packs of ramen.
ramen to
Bro,
see
I
like
would
what
try
they
and
do
top
with
ramen.
ramen. Now I'm like
yeah, it's another level.
gourmet ramen.
In other countries, it's like a delicacy, right? Like they're fancy ramen in Japan and
Yeah, you can.
Fancy ramen here now. There's like a ramen restaurant. There's like ramen restaurants.
At the mall, you can get gourmet
Yeah.
ramen. They
There's
get
like
they
a
get that
whole
often. when I
ramen
go.
restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
It's fancy.
that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I like ramen. I mean, if you ever want to, hook your boy up with a bowl of ramen,
Yeah.
I would not be upset about it.
Yeah.
We actually have some cooks that are going to be on the show this season, and we're going to have like equipment out for them to cook during the show. So
Oh, that's cool.
maybe we'll have you back for another episode, and you can
Yeah, I
whip
could
up
do
some
that.
ramen.
Yeah, I can. I mean, for ramen, a lot. It's nice because I mean, probably most cooking things you like pre-cook everything, or part cook everything ahead of time, and you're really just heating everything up, real
Yeah.
fancy like. But, yeah, I could definitely do that. I've done that before. Like I did like private catering for
Remember
some
that.
people before. So yeah, I'm not opposed to that. It's fun.
I love it. I kind of made a joke before with you. Like, I feel like you are art.
I appreciate that. That's cool.
Just like a living embodiment of art in different forms, obviously.
I just always agree to things, you know, like
That's what Dad taught us.
Yeah.
Never say no to stuff.
yeah,
You always volunteer.
it's just like yeah, I'll do it. I mean, I do most of the things that are like the cool parts of my life. I didn't want to do. I just
For
wanted to stay
real.
at home, play video games,
For real.
and
That's
vibe,
so
you know.
real. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but like, you gotta live life outside of the screen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, and then I figure it out, you know, and then I just kept doing that, and I still do that to this day. I say no more now because I'm married, so I have to prioritize that more. But I do still say I agree to things, and you just kind of find yourself a situation, do the best you can, and it's fun.
I feel like we had like a conversation kind of like this when we were all working at the Pink concert.
Oh
And you and your
yeah,
wife were like, "Oh my gosh, what are we doing? Like, we don't even know. Why did we say yes?" And you're like, "Let's go!" And we're like, "Oh my gosh."
yeah, that was crazy. That was not at all what I expected, but it was fun. I had a good time.
That was like the largest show that I've done. It was nuts,
That was the only show I've done.
and it was hot.
Do you
Yeah,
still
you guys-
you still do that?
Yeah, it's like one of my part-time jobs.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's pretty cool. And for those watching, we're talking about stagehand work, which is a part-time job. It's flexible. We get to work different concerts, and it's kind of the other side of the creative part, that they're the ones who put the shows on, put everything together for the concerts, and allow for the talent to do what they do. The most recent show that I was on was Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire, which I
nice.
feel like you
That's
guys
cool.
would have loved that
Yeah,
show.
that's cool.
It was nuts. I was running Spotlight, so I got to,
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, that's cool.
their lead singer for Earth, Wind, and Fire. That dude is like a marathon runner. He'd like juke me out running back and forth on the stage. And it's like a robo Spotlight, so it's like all technology. So I had to like just try to, and it's the tension on it was not, it wasn't as fluid as I would have liked it to been. So like, it was tough trying to keep up with that dude. And the bass player, that old dude could get down, man. That was a cool show. That was a really cool show. Yeah. So we got just a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
Can you guys let the audience know how they can get in touch with you?
On Instagram, Anderson Pride Music.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
I'm not really big on YouTube or any other social media yet.
Not yet. One
I'm
of these
pretty
days.
sure you guys have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, but I have no idea what it is.
I don't even know. I don't know if it's even. It probably is public, but we don't post
Yeah.
enough
Mm-mm.
for it to.
That's
gotta
like a
get
job
better
in
at all that.
itself, keeping up with
Dude,
100%.
social media first.
it's rough.
Somebody texted me the other day and I was like, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Yeah." I sent her the podcast, and then she was like, "For Good Vibes," and I was like, "No."
Like,
Yeah, media is
So
rough.
much work.
I was just talking to your dad back there. He's like, "I gotta get this stuff posted." I said, "It just lives in your phone rent free." Like, you're like, I know I need to put this out there somewhere.
Yeah.
That's
But-
like once every week we gotta get on Instagram. That never happens.
Yeah, one day it will, and then it'll be chill.
It's because we have like there's so much to do. Like they
Right.
say, mom, like everyone in our family, like literally everyone, Chrissy, you, even Leo, always has some kind of gig or thing to do.
Yeah.
Like every single week. It's crazy.
It's tough,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you're enjoying life in the process, so it's
I'd rather
good.
not. Like even though I do want to just stay at home and play video games at the same time, like I enjoy doing this.
Right.
Yeah. But there's those days where I really don't want to go anywhere.
So Oak, the song that we're getting ready to go to, what's the title?
That's me.
It's the first one that you played.
That's me.
That's
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
Okay. And what is that song about?
That song is about just being your best self. You know, just being the best version of you.
Awesome. Well, anything to say before we close this segment out?
No, we're good.
Nice.
Thanks for the
Go
opportunity.
enjoy the music, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy this music from Lion
Lion vibes.
Vibes. It's Vibes, right?
Yeah.
And you guys spell it with the S, not a Z.
I don't
I think
know.
it's us.
I think it's an S.
Probably.
We're the only ones who can't spell. But this has been part one of our interview with Oak and Robert of Lion Vibes. We got some music for you guys coming up, and we'll be back with part two of this and get to know a little bit more about what happens behind the scenes in these guys' lives.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks for tuning in.
Always getting better. No one can do it better. Always getting better. No one can do it better. Best me. Always getting better. 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 No one can do it better. Best me. Always getting better. Always getting better. Always getting better. Always getting Best me. Always getting better. Always getting better. Always getting better.
All right, welcome back to another episode of our humble podcast. I'm Christina. I'm here with GT, George. How are you?
I'm great. It's a busy day, but it's good. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I would, but so I'm not a fan of busy, but productive.
Yeah.
Work smart, not hard.
Work smarter and hard. Smarter, not harder.
That too. And today in the studio on our very first episode of season 3.
Season 3.
Season 3. 2024, season 3. We have with us Oak.
Not Oakland, Oak.
Mm-hmm.
Say it white.
And Robert.
Yeah.
And they're part of a band. Is it a band, a bride? Not a bride. A brand or a band?
I feel like
Or
it's
both.
more of a band, but I mean, realistically, anything could become a brand in time.
Yeah.
But we probably will change our name maybe 2 more times before we're actually a brand. Probably.
Yeah.
So you guys have like 4 different names.
Yeah, we had.
Something like that.
Yeah, because like I have my artist name. He's got
branches.
his artist name. Then we have the 3 of us,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have our whole family.
I thought of it as like a tree
Yeah.
when I was hearing about it. Like
Yeah.
Anderson Pride is like your main tree,
Yeah.
and then you have your branches. Like
At some point, we'll like sell
Line
like
Vibes
one
and-
name. That's when we like everything like distribute it, Spotify and stuff like that. So that'll be like our main name whenever we do that.
Yeah, who knows when that will be. But I like the tree analogy. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
Your dad was watching one of the Humble Kings shows recently, and I've noticed this channel that comments on our YouTube, and I'm like, who is this R&B collection?
Oh, yeah. That's another one, yeah.
He's like, it's Bobby.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
It's a branch.
right,
Yeah.
another branch.
Yeah.
Cool. Where are we going?
Well, we kind of talked about a lot of music stuff. You talked about your source of income being as you're only almost 15. And we talked about all of like the different art stuff that you're basically a billboard for.
Yeah.
What do you do like career wise?
Yeah. So, yeah, I work in tech. Because that's what all the cool kids do, and I wanted to be a cool kid. No, but yeah, tech's cool. I love technology. You know, I love computers. When I grew up, my dad built computers. You know, we had LAN parties, all that good stuff. You know, all the consoles. So I've always been around technology too. Loved it. And then, so where I work is a culmination of kind of two things for food, because I was a chef for a long time. So like, I guess getting in the I guess back up, getting in the workforce. I started at McDonald's, you know, did the whole fast food chain, all that good stuff. Worked at a restaurant theater. I did a bunch of odd jobs. I worked in factories. At one point, I had like 3 jobs at once. I was just like hustle work. And then I got into a ramen shop, and that's where I really learned food. And so I got really good at cooking and all things food. But I always loved tech, and I wanted to break in that industry. And so now where I work for Toast. So it's a combination of food and tech. So that's how I kind of got in there, worked my way up, and so now I'm pretty decent in the area. So
It's like the best of both worlds.
yeah. I think I couldn't have gotten tech any other way. And then like how I am, I have tons of tattoos and I wear a lot of jewelry and everything. But I work from home now. But before the work from home thing, I never wanted to work in corporate. So I actually purposely got my hands tattooed. Because back when I started work, they were like, "Oh yeah, you just can't work in corporate for hands tattooed."
Right.
So it was kind of a thing for me. I was like, I want to be true to myself. I don't want to like sell out, you know, to the man for money kind of thing. So I was like, I'm gonna get my hands tattooed as a promise to me to never work in corporate. Didn't work because I work in corporate, but I still get to be me, right? I didn't lose my sense of self-image. Yeah, to be a part of it. So yeah, because it's still they are hiring and work with restaurateurs, and a lot of them have tattoos and super artistic. So the people they want to hire in that industry look like me. So it kind of worked out, and I got into the field. So that's what I do. I also like in the stock market, day trading, investing, and all that good stuff. I think that's it for work.
I love the transition that's kind of happened in the corporate world when, like you were saying, where it used to be like, if you can't cover your tattoos, like you can't work here, dreads are not professional, like all of that. Like, I love that a corporate person can look like you.
Yeah, same.
You know what I mean? Like, I love that someone that can express themselves can also be someone that's like sitting in board meetings and, you know, high up on the Zoom chain and all that stuff, you know, it just, I love it. I think it allows people to just be an individual and like not get just kind of put in this box, you know? So I think that's dope.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's pretty cool. What about you, Oak? Other than music and mowing grass, you do anything else for income right now?
Once in a while, like help out a family member.
Do you babysit?
Yeah, I do
Walk
babysit.
dogs?
Babysit my little brother. I haven't walked dogs, but I'm gonna start babysitting like the Dwell pastors' kids.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Start babysitting them. Sometimes I Dwell. I watch the kids doing the kids' things. Yeah.
Fun
Not really.
stuff.
Those are my 2 main things that I do.
Sports?
Sports, I play soccer, and I did wrestling. I'm gonna start back again.
Like wrestling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I wrestled in high school.
wrestling high school. Yeah, and I do esports for my school.
What's your game of choice?
Overwatch.
Yeah, that's
Overwatch.
that's the
Never
game.
played it.
I'm one of
Kai
the
plays it.
Does she?
Yeah.
one of like the top in my role I was for like the whole year. That was cool.
What school are you at?
Northwest.
Okay. You guys have esports at the school?
All OPS has esports.
That is crazy.
Most high schools and now middle schools have esports now. So.
That was not a thing when we were growing up.
They
Not even
do,
when
and
he was
then
in school because
Dude, if
it
it was, man, that would have been.
just
Yeah.
started 2 years ago.
100%, right?
Yeah, 2 years ago it came out. So
Huh.
they have esports, and then remember, like last year or the year before, daughter's school had like a LAN party, like you were talking
Oh,
about. And I'm
yeah.
just like, a what? And I'm googling because I'm old. I'm like, a what party? I was like, oh, that's dope.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I know the LAN parties from the first Halo.
Yeah.
You had to do the local area
Yep, yep.
to play. You could do like 16 people on 4 different consoles. It was
I kind
awesome.
of wish I was alive during that time. I came in like my first game was Black Ops 3.
Okay.
Like yeah.
That
What's
time?
Funny. That, I mean, that was,
It was
when we were in
crazy.
high school.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. When were you born?
2009.
2000. It's
Yeah.
crazy to think, man.
Oh, you graduated
I think
high school.
you're probably the youngest person we've had on the podcast.
Nice.
For sure. For sure.
That's awesome. Setting records. Nice. Yeah, we were touring a YMCA a couple years ago, and they have an esports at the YMCA, and they actually had the kids get up and like I think they walked or maybe jogged a lap just to
Oh,
get the
yeah.
blood flowing. Is that something that you guys do with your esports?
We usually we drop in a match against each other before we go in a game.
That's your warm up.
Yeah.
You
Usually it's
were-
not a warm up because I destroy everyone.
Yeah.
Warm up, so
Just- I feel like you got really good at that because we used to duel just like constantly, just
we
for
did.
hours, just back to back to
I'd
back.
say you and Dad are the reason I'm so good at video games.
Yeah, man, that was
Yeah.
insane. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I
I
love
miss
this
those
gonna be
days.
braided.
Space Marine.
For real.
Yeah, the Space Marine was fun.
We do Smash Bros in my house.
Mhm.
I can't stand Nintendo games. man.
Oh, dude, it's so good. What's the problem with Nintendo?
I don't know. It's just like I don't appreciate Mario. And all. I like Splatoon though. I mean, I like
Yeah.
Splatoon games, but I don't know. Something about Mario and like Donkey Kong and all that. I don't really like.
I feel like that kind of stuff, at least from my perspective, is like I didn't grow up playing.
Yeah,
those
I grew
things,
up on PlayStation.
so there's no nostalgia
Yeah.
piece for me.
Yeah. that
So
makes
it's just
sense.
kind of like, eh. And then like,
It is a nostalgia with them.
Yeah.
like some Ratchet and Clank. Oh, I love that.
oh yeah, Ratchet and Clank's dope. Yeah, but again, it's like this nostalgia element. I think, at least for me, that makes it like you always come back. But also like, I don't like the way that Nintendo runs their company as a unit.
I don't like Xbox either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Just
I
Sony
also like
guys.
Huh?
Sony and
Microsoft
PC.
is pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like Sony either, but like they make the like.
Sony
What are you
makes
gonna do?
PlayStation
Yeah,
now.
yeah. They still do like I feel like more collabs and things than Nintendo. And Nintendo has like Pokemon, right? Who is
Yeah.
Pokemon? Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, like
Yeah.
you should just be like Pokemon should be like. I mean, it's huge, but like I feel like it should be bigger and there should be more.
There's a lot of games on
Pokemon is
Nintendo that they're
huge.
gatekeeping
Yeah.
that they should let everyone play. Like Halo, I like Halo. I should play. I'm on PlayStation. It's so frustrating that they're keeping it.
Oh,
to
maybe
themselves.
lock the things.
It's a money thing though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Spider-Man. I want to buy a PlayStation just to play Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Y'all can have that.
yeah. Yeah, I missed. Yeah, it's
like, y'all can't have
And then
that.
like who? I forget who owns Spider-Man, but there was like a
It's
big
Sony.
thing.
It's Sony.
Is it Sony?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like who? Oh, and Disney. That's what it was. Like Disney owns
Disney and
Marvel, but
Marvel.
Sony owns Spider-Man. So it's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy too. Like fans just want certain things to be created, but then like there's so much like
Yeah.
political outside of
Business
that. You're like, why
deals.
can't this exist? It's because literally two companies own
Yeah.
different
it's crazy.
people within the same brand. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
And they don't want to
It's
give a little to
capitalism,
get a
man.
little.
Yeah.
They finally bought Fox, and now you watch Wolverine and Deadpool. That's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah, I am. I was
Two favorites.
I'm
elated
excited.
when that. Yeah, because I was a Deadpool fan for like, I guess since 2013, if not sooner.
He's the reason I'm a Deadpool
How
fan.
bad of a Deadpool fan are you?
Bro, so when we got a book, my dad got me this book. It's like X-Men book. It's like that thick.
Yeah.
And I just read the whole thing, but Deadpool out of that whole book was my favorite character, and I was just like, and that was before it was cool. Like I remember when people were like, "Oh, who's your favorite character?" Like Batman, Superman, like Deadpool.
Yeah.
Was that? You know,
Yeah, that
so
was
that
my
was like the thing.
childhood. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you were there for all that, and then so like collecting memorabilia and stuff was like really cool because
I have a lot of his like I have a lot of like his old collectibles I have in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now for me, it's not really big anymore because like it's just like the cool thing. It's like the trendy thing to like him. So I'm like, man, it doesn't really matter anymore. But yeah, back when that was all a thing, I really loved it. And then like the movie coming out was huge, and then Ryan Reynolds being the actor was huge.
Right.
Yeah, so it was a really cool time in my life.
I'm not a comic book reader, but I like the movie. So I didn't know like Deadpool before the movie, but Deadpool is definitely like my favorite. I just love Ryan Reynolds made me love Deadpool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his attitude and just his sense of humor.
Perfect for the role.
He's like one of him.
Deadpool or Venom?
Venom. I gotta go with Venom.
Love
Because Venom was like how Deadpool is your childhood, Venom is mine.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Venom's dope.
I just love them both.
She's like,
I would
I
probably
can't
say
choose.
Deadpool still, but I
Okay.
do love Venom too.
There's a
Like
comic
with the
where they
mouth.
combine both of them, and it's so good. Yeah.
Like Deadpool gets the symbiote.
Actually, Deadpool was the first person to get the symbiote when it landed on Earth, but Venom didn't like Deadpool, so he went to Spider-Man.
That would make a lot of sense.
That would be.
Could you imagine how many voices would be in his head at that point?
For real.
That would be insanity.
That would be nuts.
Literally.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He wasn't the first voice in there.
Yeah. It's like walking into an auditorium and like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Now I feel like I need to read comic books.
You should.
Oh, it's a rabbit hole.
You can add that to your book list for the year.
It's also money consuming.
You know, very.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of my childhood money buying comic books.
That's a good thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
But if you keep them in good condition,
Oh, yeah.
they're worth money.
Yeah.
Dad, him, like combined, we have a bunch of comic books in the house.
Yeah. It's a good investment.
Yeah.
So this season of life, 15, about to be 15, married. I'm talking.
Oh, yeah.
What?
He's not married, he's 14.
I know. What are you guys learning? What is life teaching you these days?
I think patience is probably the thing. I'm an incredibly impatient person.
Mm-hmm. Too.
So, I'll try to force things to work a certain way so it's done and I can go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So I think patience is one. And just like, kind of like, I don't know, relax. Like, things will happen when they happen. Just kind of, I don't know, be okay with what's currently happening in your life. Like, be great. Like, focus on being more grateful, and then everything else kind of it becomes easier to deal with and handle, I guess. So I guess patience and being grateful are probably the two biggest ones.
Yeah, I can agree with that. My dad managed to create the same very similar children 3 times. Yeah, it's really weird.
Got a real good blueprint, it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So the same things he's talking about. I need I want to be 18 now. I want to do this now. I want to get to this age so I can do this now. I feel like I just need take it slow and not rush my childhood.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it, man.
I feel like that's not maybe a consequence, but old souls. You're an old soul. And I feel like you just, I don't know. I guess just speaking from experience, with my dad, you just naturally gravitate to older people. And so it's hard to fit in.
I don't
with-
like my generation. I really don't.
just here, I'm that just sounds it sounds like
That's
home.
funny.
It's a lot of he said, a lot of things I like before everyone else, but now it's a trend and it sucks to like it. A lot of music I like. It's now it's cool to like it.
Yeah.
Stuff like Deftones or Hello Kitty,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Now it's a trend to like it, and it just feels not cool to like it anymore. You're the original.
Trendsetter.
I was actually really surprised to hear you're into wrestling because you just seem so laid back and chill.
Oh, I love violence.
And wrestling
does.
is just so aggressive that I was interesting. Random question. How do you feel about gardening?
Oh, I love gardening.
I love gardening.
That's why I think I got through COVID, chilling, because that's what we did. We were just gardened, and we planted a garden. We did start composting and stuff, and it was just it's I don't know, it's a grounding, relaxing thing. But you're still working, so you get the feeling of I don't know. I think it's very similar to games where you're RPG where you're you have to go crafting, and it's you get a better version of that feeling when you build and get a bunch of stuff together and you put it together and you make something.
when you were talking about like what you're learning and like patience and you want to, I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know why it made me think of gardening. Like I love the idea of gardening, but I'm just so impatient, like to make it go from the seed to the table, you know?
Yeah.
But I love it, but I'm also just like, grow faster,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I feel
Big.
like, but gardening is a lot of fun. I think there's just a lot of lessons to be learned in like gardening and things too. Yeah.
I did a garden, I don't know, it was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't know anything at all. I just like went and bought the plants, like the starter plants, and I just made this little cute area. Didn't learn anything about spacing. Didn't learn about like what goes together. So I had like cucumbers for like 7 years and tomatoes, and then the watermelon and the cantaloupe that I was so excited about like died immediately.
Dang.
It was just like a mess, but I like loved it. But I was also like, I don't know that I could start this from a seed because I started from like the baby plants,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I think you could do both. Like, you can get like the baby plants, everything that you want, and then have the seeds. So then like you have the thing that you can focus on. But then
Yeah.
that thing's growing. So if you screw this up too, yeah, like.
Right. I was literally that person out there like every day, like,
Yeah. Is it sprouted yet?
is it there? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it was just like, it rained like twice and it was
And
like
then boom, yeah.
overgrown. And I was like, thank you, God.
That's how it works, dude. Like when you're focusing, nothing happens. As soon as you go away and you come back, it's just like, what happened?
That's
When?
life.
Yeah.
Right.
Life right there.
That's actually, I think there's like a study in that, in like quantum physics or something like that. Like the idea that things don't exist until something is seeing it. Like something has to visualize it, otherwise it doesn't. It's not even. How do we know if it's even there? That's the whole thing. But yeah.
Like a tree that falls in the woods doesn't
Yeah.
make a sound
Yeah.
if no one's around to hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it does, but does it?
Does it?
Well, then you could take one step deeper. Did the tree even exist or even fall to begin with if no one saw it?
Ever saw it?
Yeah. So like,
Right.
yeah, I feel like you could be like, well, no, because the tree wasn't even there because no one saw it to know that if it was there or not.
It's like a game. Like the pixels didn't load.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Like you know, games do that, or like there's like wherever you're looking is what it
Minecraft.
loads and nothing
Minecraft
else
does
is there.
Oh yeah.
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 So it's kind of like that, but like people think that's.
She had a little saying kind of related this weekend. The watch pot doesn't boil.
Oh yeah.
I had never heard that before. That kind
Yeah,
of
that makes-
thing.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Like you can stand there and stand there and it's
Nothing.
still just like nothing.
That's true.
walk
but then the
away,
second you
come
walk-
back,
and it's like-
roaring boil.
It's so
That's
weird.
literally what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
or-
like that's a good lesson for patience, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, like I hate surprises.
Mm.
Like if there's something that's gonna happen, I have no problem with spoilers. Like if the story's already been told, I want to know what happens, right?
Spoilers. Oh my gosh.
She bought me something for Father's Day, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so excited about this thing I got," and I just had to like put it out of my head because, like, I can't see what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and like dwell on it.
That was so dope.
I'll just wait until Father's Day. It was super dope, super dope. She got me a custom puzzle
Oh, that's sick.
with me in like a Batman costume.
Oh, that's awesome.
Had my locks in it.
That's cool.
And then have my kids with me,
Nice.
and like little curly daughter and curly haired son, and then my taller curly haired son. Like it was really good.
They're
That's
also
really cool.
superheroes.
And they were superheroes too. She was Wonder Woman, and Captain America was Brandon Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super cool. But it's like that patience thing. For me, when there's something I'm really anticipating, I just have to stop thinking about it.
Feel that. I
But
don't
also,
think about stuff.
you said that too.
Yeah.
I don't stop thinking about it. Like my dad says, when I like something or when I think about something, like it rules my world. Like
Yeah.
if I like a song, I'll play it over and over for the next few months. Or if I like a piece of clothing, I'll just keep wearing it. Like yeah, it's the same thing about him too.
Yeah, that doesn't really go away. You just learn
Yeah.
how to like adapt and like make it fit in,
Until the
and-
next thing.
Yeah, basically.
Right. I feel like it helps time progress faster when you're not paying attention, obsessing over the thing. But also, there's the other end of it that things tend to get neglected when they're not getting the attention. So that's a good lesson for me and the 1,000 projects that I have going on. It's hard to focus on everything and give them the attention that they need because there's so much going on. And I also need to rest and give the family time and all that stuff. So I don't have an answer for you yet, but I relate.
Yeah, I kind of get. I've just chalked it up as like that's how it's supposed to be. Like there's a lot of like the duality in life where it's like a movement is expressed in like waves. And, so like with everything always moving, it's like as long as you're moving and things are happening, like you're doing good. As soon as you're like stagnant, like you're like, that's what happens when you die, right? It's the line. So like this
100%.
up and down always is, I think that's just like the way that is life. Like it's expressed in a wave, and then waves are like that. So it's like as long as you have so many things going on, I feel like you're never gonna really figure it out to point where it's like everything is aligned and balanced, because then everything would be straight and everything would be just dead. So as long as there's ups and downs, then it's alive. You're living, and it's just the way it's supposed to be. And then you find balance within that, where it's like sometimes you're down here and you're like feeling sad, but that's okay. Sometimes you're on the way up, and that's all right. But like just finding and being grateful for the fact that you're alive and moving, I think is like what I'm learning and trying to embody in how I'm doing life.
I think this is the first time it ever happened that like the most profound thing on the episode is at the end of it. I think that's our clip. That was deep, man. That was really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been thinking about that for like years, and like just listening and like reading, and like, yeah, man, like life is just movement, and as long as you're moving, then you're doing fine.
I wanted to say this before the time runs out. Our dad is like the mastermind for like everything we do.
Yeah.
Our dad is like the good thing behind it. I don't think he gets an appreciation for the stuff he does, but like just in life, in music.
Yeah.
Like I think I wouldn't want any other dad. He's like the best dad ever. Even though a lot of times it's stuff we don't want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like small stuff we like my age right now, there's stuff like he does I get disciplined for. I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like you. But at the same, like in the long run, he's like the best dad ever, dude. And I'm so
awesome.
glad he forces us to do this kind of stuff, because I wouldn't be the person I am right now if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
That's huge. I love that dude
Well
too.
said.
We're gonna hang out with
His
him
birthday's
next
coming
Monday.
up.
Suck it up. All right, we got another song coming up. What's this one?
This is Future.
Future.
Yeah.
I like the name. What's it about?
Future.
It's about the future.
I think it's just about
What can we expect from the future?
Us?
Yeah.
And what?
Just in the general, I
In
guess.
Um.
Oh, we have a show coming up,
Yeah.
July.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have a show in July, a show in November. You have Battle of the Bands coming out.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh yeah, I started my own band.
yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, definitely we'll have to have you back on. We're out of time. Tell them real quick how they can get in touch with you guys. They want to follow.
It's the Instagram for,
Instagram, Anderson Pride Music.
and then we have YouTube, which is Anderson Pride Music. Yeah.
It's just Anderson
So
Pride
just Google
on YouTube.
Anderson
Oh, it's
Pride
Anderson Pride on.
Music.
It'll also be in the show notes.
Not
so-
Anderson Paak, Anderson Pride.
Right, right.
That came up when I was searching for it.
Yeah.
Anderson Paak.
It would.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. You gonna close this?
This one's so fast.
I know.
Oh,
That's because we cut time for the songs.
all right.
You gonna close this out?
Thanks for watching.
Nice.
The future, the future, 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 the future, the future, 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 the future, future.
future is past.